Hey guys, have you ever experienced this problem with Microsoft Flight Simulator with a controller, be it an Xbox controller or a PlayStation 4 controller? When you try to gently move the plane up and down, left or right, and it just jerks all over the place. Even though you're trying to press the analog stick quite gently up and down, it just doesn't happen and it just goes all haywire. Well, stay tuned because you're in the right place and I'll try to show you how you solve this issue.
Pete says no.
Just to make you aware, this is only applicable to Steam versions of Microsoft Flight Simulator. I recently downloaded this through Steam, booted it up, and as I say, I'm a guy that likes to play with a controller rather than a mouse and keyboard. So I booted the game up and went into the training just to get my bearings around how you control the game and what it's about. And I did notice that when I was trying to manoeuvre the plane, it was just going haywire, like, you know, and you press it down a little bit and it's just shooting up. It's just like, it's like you're hitting turbulence, if that makes sense. Anyway, I was trying to play it for ages and I was like, nah, something's definitely wrong here. I ended up doing a bit of digging. I couldn't find much help on online forums, so anyway, I found a way around this issue. And it seems to be an issue with Steam itself and not the actual Microsoft Flight Simulator. After playing for a while, I thought to myself, this is definitely not how it should be. I went into the properties inside the game and I was looking at the controller sensitivity just to see if it was maybe too sensitive, if that was causing the problem. I did notice when I went into the sensitivity settings, see when I was gently pressing the analog stick on my Xbox controller, I noticed that it jumped between rest and position to two boxes wide, and it never had in between that. It was like it was jerking, it was jumping. And the rest of that analog stick movement from 20% to 80% was fine, but as you say, the initial between rest to the first initial movement, it was just jumping, and you can see this here on the screen how the actual wee dot is jumping two boxes. I tried to adjust the sensitivity down just to see if that would help mitigate my issue with flying the plane. I tried adjusting the settings for a while and it was still not great, you know, it was still jumping, it was still jerking, and I was like, this isn't good, I need to look in to see what the hell is going on here. There's also a problem somewhere. I done a wee bit of digging on the internet, couldn't find much about this issue as such. Most people were going on about the rudders being an issue, which wasn't an issue for myself. It was more the actual controlling of the plane, using the analog stick up and down and left and right. After looking over the internet, I wasn't getting anywhere and I was just doing a wee bit of digging about as I do, and I actually found what the problem was. With the Steam version, if you go into the actual, if you come out the game and you click onto your Steam, if you right click Microsoft Flight Simulator on your Steam, click on properties and go to controller, you can see here it says that my Xbox controller, it says it's enabled and it says general settings. Now this seems to be the problem that is causing the jerkiness with the Microsoft Flight Simulator in game. Now what I'd had to do to rectify this was change it from use default settings to disable Steam input. You just click apply and come out of that and just boot up the game again. Once you hit the play button, once you've disabled the Steam input on the properties, I went back into the settings on the controller just to see how the sensitivity was and just seeing if it was jumping two boxes again. And as you can see here, it's a lot smoother now. It isn't jerky, it isn't jumping two boxes from the rest position, and it is actually being an analog controller as it should be. Once I confirmed that was okay, I tried playing the game and trying to go through training again, and it was completely different. It was night and day. It still didn't feel just right yet, so I went back into the sensitivity settings and I played about with it a wee bit. I reduced the sensitivity and I increased the dead zone just a little bit because my left analog stick had a wee bit of float in it, and it was causing my plane to go to the right quite often. So I increased the dead zone a wee bit for that and adjusted the sensitivity just down a wee bit, and it's night and day. It's a lot better now and it's good to go, as you can see here. I hope this has fixed your issue as well with Steam versions of Microsoft Flight Simulator. I'd like to hear your comments down below. If this worked or it didn't work, let me know. If you liked this video, don't forget to give it a wee thumbs up, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you next time.